Hello and welcome back to another in-depth weather video. Today we're going to be talking about whether you're going to have a white Christmas or not. Christmas is less than a week away, and who doesn't like a little snow on the ground for the big holiday? So we're going to be discussing that today, as well as some tricky storms that are going to be coming up in the next week. So make sure to stay tuned here for more updates on these storm systems by clicking the subscribe button and the bell below. Um, It'll also help me out if you like this video as well. But let's get into it. So I am on the GFS right now on the on Tropical Tidbits. So we have this current storm system. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to your forecast in depth. But we're going to watch this roll through the northeast throughout the day today. Then a little clipper system pops down over here. No big deal. Then we get to this system that is currently moving on to the northwest coast. Could bring some moderate to heavy snowfall in parts of the Rockies. But then it moves out into the northern plains, and you can see 985 millibars for this storm system. That's pretty strong. We have these pretty closely knit isobars here. That means that we could see a little bit of windiness with this, but then it starts to build this front, and you can see we have this red line over here and then many blue lines behind it. This thing is going to bring in brutal cold for the holiday. This is Christmas Eve, so areas like Minneapolis could be in blizzard conditions. Definitely likely here. But then you can see this thing moves into the east, bringing some snow to the south, from the Ohio River Valley down into Alabama, and doesn't stop there. The heavy snowfall continues right past that cold front. You can usually see when there's like a little dip in these isobars. So the cold front is probably right about here. Pretty long cold front there. But then you could see east to west, there's probably the warm front is right in here, so we have a little bit of an oscillator front here too. But heavy snowfall right behind that cold front, and you can see this eventually moves into the northeast. Now this is when things get tricky, because this is moving into Christmas Day. The northeast, you're going to get slammed by this on Christmas Day. Either heavy rain, freezing rain, or snow. Now, I have seen in the past few model runs a low pressure develop over here. If that one eventually takes over, you could see some snow in the same areas that Winter Storm Gale brought snow. But right now, the GFS is predicting that the northern low pressure is going to take the reins, and that means mostly some rain for you in the northeast. And let's actually see if the newest model run shows this. I believe it does. Okay, so you can see here the newest model run kind of shows it a little bit weaker, but we definitely have to watch this second, I would say, a rebirth of this system, because that low pressure dies off, new one forms, and that one has a pretty strong line of thunderstorms as well. And it has multiple iterations of this kind of north-south line of snow and thunderstorms as it continues to move off to the east. You see the Maritimes of Canada getting hammered there in the corner. Then that could set up a little bit of a clipper system, but let's go back to here. You can see it has it a little bit further north, and that low pressure is a little bit further off to the east, and that means more rain for the big cities in the northeast, but the inland areas could see a little bit. And then you get more and more storm systems. This is a nor'easter here, pretty powerful, 979 millibars. Could see some snow in Boston from this, but none of the other major cities. And then, you know, at the end of the model run here, this is trying to form. So I feel like the northeast, you're going to be seeing multiple nor'easters try and form throughout the month of January, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's just the trend this year, because we've been seeing, you know, you get these storm systems here that bring, you know, some rain, maybe a little bit of snow to the northeast. They get trapped up in the Maritimes of Canada, bring down cold air, and then you kind of have a trough in the jet stream that usually ends up in the Atlantic. That's nor'easter territory. So, I mean, I think it's just a pattern this year. That could change, though. Patterns always change. And we could see more of a standard La Nina path. But I think that most of these storms are going to be just a little bit too warm here for the local areas of that I-95 corridor. You're probably going to be seeing rain. The interior parts of the northeast are probably going to have all the fun there. But after this system, again, brutal cold. You can see, let's actually go to those temperatures. You can see here just a little pocket of negative temperatures. And as that rolls through, that starts to get into the northeast a little bit more. Probably not to the same degree as parts of the northern plains. Wouldn't be surprised in the northern plains if you're seeing up to negative 20-degree temperatures for your lows. But the northeast, you could see some teens, some 20s there on the day after Christmas. But we keep getting these little cold blasts after every single one of these nor'easters that tries to pop up. And this is the main area that's going to be really impacted by that, as well as parts of Maine as well. But that's one thing we got to take a look at over the next few weeks. And let's go to that total positive snow depth change. So here it is. Most of the snow here is going to be in parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, as well as in the higher elevations. For the northeast, you could see a little bit. Most of that would be the storm system today. But we're going to go to the European model here. So let's go to Models and European. And we're going to go to their loop, go to Christmas. Let's go to the end of the day, Christmas Day, and take a look at your snow depth for that time period. So that's right around there. Boom. Alright, so according to this, you can see that all that snow from the nor'easter that we just got is going to get melted by this one storm system. So, you know, Christmas Eve might be pretty nice for you in the northeast, but then all of that snow is going to melt on Christmas, which kind of sucks. But you can see by the end of the day on Christmas, you could see some snow in the Rockies, some snow in the interior parts of the Great Lakes region, as well as parts of the upper elevations of the northeast and the interior northeast as well. Upper elevations of the Appalachians, not the northeast, but the northeast higher elevations are there too. So, I mean, the major cities that were kind of psyched by this snowstorm that just happened really aren't going to see much. Even Binghamton, right, which is right over here, that just got 40 inches of snow. You're probably going to have, what, 2 to 3 inches by Christmas? This storm system just brings up so much warmth to chill it all off. I would not be surprised if there's a major icing issue in parts of the country here, just because of that quick freeze. Even if you don't get snow on the back end, you're going to get that quick freeze. But let's move on to your forecast in depth, and we're just going to do the whole country, as I kind of talked about most of this already. So you have this storm system here that brings some thunderstorms to the south, some rain to most of the southeast as well, but it could bring some snow to some of you in the northeast, a pretty much widespread area of probably less than an inch. Some areas could see an inch. Then you have this Clipper system in here. Next system moves on to the coast of the Pacific Northwest. That's kind of all agreed upon at this point. Interestingly enough, this system that's kind of insignificant for the northeast eventually will strike the Maritimes of Canada with some pretty significant snowfall there. Again, yet another storm system trying to form into a nor'easter. But, you know, that brings in a little bit more cold air. So, You can see here, these storm systems, they're going to bring in cold air no matter what. There's not going to be a lack of cold air overall. It's just, does that lack of cold air coincide with a storm system? And if it does, you're getting rain, and that means a lack of snowfall for the year. That's just a little bit basics there, just like, you know, just that applies anywhere in the country. That doesn't apply just in the Northeast. But definitely a few storms that we gotta watch. What do you think's gonna happen? Do you think you're gonna have a white Christmas? Comment in the comment section down below. But that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.